Welcome to CK4RC.
Stop putting Mountain Dew in the fish tank. You're wasting just perfectly good Mountain Dew. Hey, welcome back to CK4RC. I'm excited for today's video. I hope you're excited too. Look at this guy. I got a Carisma RC MSA-1E. I don't know what any of that stuff means. The Carisma part's who makes it. I know that part. The MSA-1E, I don't know. The part that jumps out to me, see that blue oval? That's Ford. I'm a Ford guy. I've been waiting for this video. Let's get into it. All right. Oh, sticker on the front. This is the new V2 motor, gear ratio, and servo saver. That means it's better. Because if it wasn't better, why would they put it in here? And then also put a sticker on there advertising it. We got instructions. We got some hand holes here to pull some stuff out, maybe. All right. Come on now. Maybe. Oh, yep, there we go. You just got to be smarter than the box. Sometimes it takes me a little while to really concentrate. That happens. All right. Ooh, interlocked a little bit. Okay. All right. Looks like this is the wheel on the transmitter. So let's go ahead and dive into the... Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Coming with the transmitter batteries. I like that. We got a little USB... Is that the battery or the charger? Looks like we got the USB charger in there. And then this might be the upgraded pieces right here. I think that might be the upgraded pieces. Well, oh yeah, here's a battery. Here's a battery. 7.2 NIM. Okay, so we're not even talking about LiPo in this bad boy. We're talking about, what is this? Nickel metal hydride? Is that what NIM stands for? It's in Russian. German? Disconnect after use. That's what it said. You just had to flip it over. That's where the English is. All right. Let's get a look at this transmit. Ugh. I was excited until I pulled this thing out of here. Okay. Battery door on the bottom. I like that. I'm a fan of that. Let me see if there's anything else in here I like. It's got the plastic metal wheel. I've reviewed this before. I'm not crazy about the plastic steering wheel. I just like the foam cushion. It just gives an added little touch of elegance, if you will. Listen, I'm a delicate flower. Hard surfaces just, they're unpleasant, you know? We got steering trim. We got some other stuff going on over here. It looks like there is some steering reverse, throttle reverse, 3 channels on it. I believe the 3 channels control the mode of the motor. I think that's what the 3 channels are for. Overall, not crazy about this. It's just really kind of cheap looking transmitter, kind of a retro vibe look to it. Just kind of big and bulky and chunky up here, just not very ergonomic. So I don't know. It's a transmitter. Fine. Now this is what I can't wait to get into. Oh, well, okay. I wanted to see the body, but not just the body. It started coming off. So I think what that means is it's not held on by body clips, and I can look, and it's not, oh man, that body is just, that is a good looking truck, fellas and fellettes. We're going to go with that. Goodness, look at that. All right, something I noticed right off the bat, other than no body clips. Stickers on the windows. Not crazy about that. I mean, it doesn't hurt anything. I don't know, it makes it look a little cheaper, a little more generic. The Element Enduro 24 is the same way. The Hobby Plus CR24 is not. So, you know, just something that I noticed there. Another thing I noticed, this thing does not appear to have lights, which, again, it's not a pro or a con. It's not a good or a bad for me. Just something I noticed because a lot of these little rigs are loaded up with lights. So anyway, as I noticed when I was pulling it out of the box, it is held on with just some hook and loop tape. And I ended up just pulling off the back pieces right there. So, all right, that's not great. But man, that Ford pickup body, I'm telling you what, that is a Ford Dentside. That's what that is. And no, not because it's just all dented up. It's just what they call it. So all you Ford bashers, you don't need to make your jokes. Not here for them. All right, what are we talking about here? We got some squishy tires. Kind of some weird tread on them. They're really spaced out. A little bit of depth. So I'm not really sure what to expect with those. They are pretty tiny. Let's break out the trusty caliper and see what we're talking about. So I'm going to guess that these are probably pretty close to the Hobby Plus CR24 and the Element Enduro 24, which I believe was right around 45 millimeters, if I remember correctly. So let's see what we get here with these guys. And it might be actually a little bit bigger. It looks like these are closer to 47 millimeters. So little bit bigger, but if you remember, the stock deadbolt tires, I believe, were 54 millimeters. So still a noticeable size difference. And I actually have one laying here, so I'll just hold it up and you can see the size difference. I mean, we're talking millimeters, but when you're talking this small scale, it really makes a big difference. So again, I'm going to be curious to see what happens when we get some different size wheels and tires on this thing. Some things that are jumping out at me right off the bat. So we do have the motor down here. That might be, guys, I can't tell. I think that's the upgraded one. I don't know what's in there. Maybe that's the I don't know what's in there. It has a heat sink on this thing. Now we're not talking massive power. We're talking about a 7.2 volt NIM battery, and a tiny little can motor. I'm not sure a heat sink is going to be all that necessary, but hey, what do I know? I'm just some schmuck that makes videos playing with toys, talking to himself in the basement. So I don't design these things. Carisma designs them. They probably know more than me. There's 100% chance that that's the fact. So there are some cans up here in the front bumper that you can add lights if you want to, if that's your thing. I'm not really worried about it, to be quite honest with you. So some design features with this thing that are a little bit different than other trucks. So there's an actual battery tray. We're not talking about rubber bands holding the thing down. So you put the battery in there, you slide that down, clip it down, and it holds it in place. All right. That's fine. Probably not quite as easy to get to as the rubber band system that other trucks have. Also, at first, when I pulled this out of the box, I thought these were supposed to be kind of like side steps to the truck, but actually they're angled. I think they're supposed to be kind of built-in sliders. I don't know if you can see the angle, but they're not straight out. They're kind of angled a little bit. So I have a feeling they're probably supposed to be some built-in rock sliders. So, okay, that's not bad. I'm not going to be mad at that. It does look to have a 3-wire servo, so that's capable of being upgraded. That's nice to see. We're talking spring-loaded shocks, of course. Decent amount of travel. It is an axle-mounted servo. However, the frame is designed on this better than the Element was. If you remember, the servo kept hitting the frame. You know what? I think I'm lying to you. The axle was hitting the servo. That's what was happening. Man, I almost lied right to you. I would have felt bad about it, but I don't need to because I fixed it. So there's no interference there with the suspension travel. So that's pretty good. Again, we're talking about another vehicle that's got these big old pumpkins on them. So I mean, you can just see that really just cuts down on the overall ground clearance. I mean, first of all, the tires aren't that big anyway. Let's see if you can get a look at that tread, just so you can see kind of what I'm talking about. Kind of a weird, interesting tread design. But anyway, look at just that giant pumpkin right there in the middle. That's gonna have to interfere with its crawling ability. But I don't know. Could be wrong. Wouldn't be the first time. I probably am going to be wrong. Anyway, this is what we're looking at. So, what I'm going to do is go charge this battery. Man, just look at that thing. This one definitely bouncier than the Hobby Plus CR24. Has more kind of spring reaction similar to the Axial SCX24s, where it's just kind of bouncy. So hopefully be able to find some upgrades on the shocks and just be able to tune this thing a little bit more. So that is the unboxing for the Carisma MSA-1E. If you're interested in this little guy, go ahead and find the link down below. I'll drop it down there with a link for Only RCs, a link for my calipers if you're interested in getting some tools to play with. Click on all the links. Save yourself some money, do some good stuff, get some cool things, and then hit the quadfecta. Ooh, almost forgot the quadfecta. Like it, comment on it, subscribe, share. That's all for quadfecta. That's what I'm talking about. So I will charge some batteries. I'll be back to test this thing. Stick around, and I'll see you soon. Now get the fish out of the...